bakwethu asikaqedi nokuphuza amanzi wethu sisheshe sabuya. Le ndoda lengifuna ingitshele kahle la. Hembanjwa uthi Emperor Constantine, what was his reason for convening the conference of Nicaea? There are many conferences, you know, right? There's more than 180 conferences that were held. Let's just pick one of them. The Council of Nicaea. What was it intended for?
All right. I hope uzondiya ndigqiba ukuexplain.
Andithule nithe cwaka futhi.
So the Council of Nicaea was it threatened to divide Rome based on religion. So there were two primary people who were very influential in this was in 325 AD, the first council, which is the Council of Nicaea. So it threatened to divide Rome party. The two religious leaders were very influential. The first one is Alexander of Alexandria, came out of Egypt. The second one was Arius. So both of them held on to a belief of called origenist. With Jesus, there's a point of origin. He originates somewhere, and they felt. So they were teaching though differently. Another one felt he was a man and then adopted as a god. So this made a doctrinal divide between these two people. And then Constantine brought in 381 bishops from all over the known world. 381 bishops to sit down and sit it out. And then after that, that is when they sat down and no, this is the doctrine we agree on concerning the nature and who the nature of Jesus is. And at that time, that's when they also
the argument was based on these two views.
These Arius and Alexander.
Okay.
And then after that, that is when they also made what is called the Canon, which many people make a mistake to think that is when the Bible was canonized. And it was at that time when actually the Canon was 5 points on how they receive the clergy, how they should be administered to. The second aspect was basically to how you should, they should now welcome back the people who were actually fallen out. So this was the real reason behind the Council of Nicaea, which was 325 AD.
Okay. It was an argument
between
Arius and Arius. Where was Arius from?
Arius, now he seems to have been from Egypt.
Okay. So Arius and his school, the Arians.
Which was Arianism.
Arianism.
A doctrine.
Are Egyptian.
Yes.
Alexander.
Of Alexandria, Egyptian.
Of Alexandria. Of which descent?
I haven't really researched much concerning its descent, but
okay.
I know concerning the mission of
Roman Greco descent. He was a Roman Greek. Arius was what descent?
Okay, let me say this.
No, there's a point.
I need to speak of their ethnicities.
Yeah, there's a point to this.
Yeah, okay, I understand that. So this time we should understand, prior to Rome having conquered Greece, the ethnicity that had actually infiltrated Egypt was the Greeks. They came via Alexander, and we know this comes from the Ptolemy dynasty. So the mixed blood began around that area.
Right. So
yes.
We agree Alexandra was of Roman Greco descent. Arius
okay, yes.
Arius,
I believe he actually came from both ethnicities between Egyptian and Greek Christian.
He was
nationality.
Greco-Egyptian. Now, this one has Roman stories that raised him. True? This one has Egyptian stories that raised him. True?
No, I'm trying to understand which way we go.
Okay, one is Roman Greek. He grows up in a Greek home, in a Roman Greek home, with Roman Greek traditions, Roman Greek stories, Roman Greek culture. True or false?
Can you go on?
I can't go on.
When you say true or false, let me say, I will look into that.
Umxhosa okhulele kwaXhosa ukhule isiXhosa wakhuliswa sisi ngamaXhosa. True or false?
Nah, I would like to say go on. No, but the thing is, until we began to say, these guys, remember Abba?
Umxhosa okhuliswe ngumXhosa.
Okay, aba-
emaXhoseni ukhuliswe isiXhosa, wazi isiXhosa, right? True or false?
Okay, I have a question. I have a question.
I have a question though. True or false?
I'll have to look into the ethnicities. Andithi,
umXhosa
Aba,
okhuliswa
Aba,
ngumXhosa
Aba.
kwaXhosa wazi isiXhosa, yes or no?
I feel like Guti, I'm losing the mission of what we're talking about, the Nicene Council.
umXhosa okhuliswa ngumXhosa kwaXhosa wazi isiXhosa, true or false?
We are losing the mission. We're talking about the Nicene Council. And you said, Guti, when it was a political issue. So this is where we ended up. And you said,
But this is what I'm trying to show you.
no, but, okay.
umXhosa okhuliswa ngumXhosa kwaXhosa wazi isiXhosa, true or false?
No, that statement is true. That
All
statement is
right.
true.
A Roman Greco man who was raised Romani, Grecoli, knows Roman Greco myths and traditions, true or false?
No, you should know them.
All right.
should
An
know them.
Egyptian influenced by Greeks knows Egyptian stories and history and culture, true or false?
I agree with you.
The argument between Alexandra and Arius was ethnic, cultural.
That's not true.
All right. In the Council of Nicaea, let's go back there. The Council of Nicaea was not the only one first. Let's agree. Now, those 380 bishops were leaders in 380 different places. Do we agree? And they all had their own perspective on what Jesus Christ and the doctrine should be. Right? They were arguing the doctrine. Now, the emperor convened this conference, specifically the Council of Nicaea. Yes, there was Arius. Yes, there was Alexandria. But these people ethnically, culturally, philosophically are totally different. Hence the argument of the doctrine. So the whole council was to determine if city is cell phone isetyenziswa i-airtime or i-data na. Abanye bathi no ngiyafona mos nge-airtime. Abanye bathi no but i-data nayo nge-WhatsApp uyakwazi ukufona. Right? So now the emperor came to decide no. I-airtime ne-data, they both have their role to play in the phone. So let us create a doctrine, a canon. Let us create a system of how to judge what is true and what is not. Siyavumelana lapho.
I disagree.
Okay.
But kwele yokuqala iphathi nosisonke.
Where do you
It was
disagree?
Arius, it was Alexander, the council, the Nicene Council. Okay, where I'm disagreeing is what they were fighting on, it was the nature of Jesus.
But this is what
They
I'm
were
saying.
saying it's based on saying he originated and
Their cultural
he's not
perspective.
really God.
Exactly.
So it was dividing Rome, I agree.
Based on what?
Yes, based on Jesus, one was saying he's not God,
No,
and the other was saying.
that perspective of Jesus was based on what?
Okay, they are taking what they feel, which is their beliefs.
Aha, it's based on a cultural practice. It's
Okay.
based on a group of people from a specific place and how they perceive
Okay,
life.
let's make it easy for people to not be confused. This group of people at 381 came because of two ideas that were opposing, Arius and Alexander. So all these bishops were influenced by these two people because these two people were very influential. So they had to deal it out in order for everyone else to then say, we come to a unified agreement. So where I'm disagreeing with you, it's not that part because it's what you were saying on it. Where I'm disagreeing with you is on the part to say a canon was saying, this is how we correct right doctrine. That was not the truth.
Okay.
With the canons they made, those statements, it was a document to say, how do we govern the church?
But this is what
We
I'm
deal
saying.
with clergy, we deal with issues concerning how we absorb the people who are fallen. So not really doctrine. Doctrine was only on the part to say, one is saying Jesus, there's a point of origin. He was only a man, he cannot be God. That was the thing. So doctrine, then they came to a point where it was agreed. That was one doctrine. Okay, Jesus
And
is
then
God.
they canonized.
Jesus is God. No, they didn't canonize. Okay, I need to ask to make it clearer. Many people make a mistake when we say they canonize. They think these are the books that were chosen to be in the Bible. That's not true.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
I'm saying many
they were
people so that
arguing-
I'm saying so
okay,
that people don't. So when they made canons, these were points of like saying we have this club. These are the rules that will govern people who are members. How do we deal with people who are defaulting paying membership fee? How do we deal with people, how they deal in terms of leaders and all of that? So that is just the so that people don't misinterpret that word when we say canon. Because I heard some people saying, this is where the Bible was chosen, the books that should be added. That is not true. That would come into the Council of Hippo, affirmed by the Council of Carthage. So those were different, those were that concerning the books to be included in the Bible. So when you say canonize, so that they don't get lost with what we're talking about.
Okay. So we agree that the doctrine was the issue.
Yes.
They came together, sorted it out.
This major doctrine.
They sorted it out.
Yes.
And then they decided on a canon of how to practice this doctrine.
All right, Ab, I think I'm losing it there. Because how do I feel like? I feel like we're saying, if we say that, we like saying they are adding another doctrine.
No.
Okay, now what I'm saying, the word canon was, these were statements. They call them statements, which is a measure, a standard of how everyone is to behave.
Of how to apply the doctrines.
I don't know.
If you believe in Jesus Christ and you say you're a Christian, these are the canons by which you must live by.
Now, this is where I'm saying, I beg to differ.
Okay.
Because the word canon, they are saying, how do we deal with people who are fallen, who leave Christianity and then come back?
But
then how do we deal with leaders?
If you are a Christian, this is how we determine you are a Christian. This is how we bring you back to Christianity. And these are the standards by which we judge you as a Christian.
I don't think I understand you. I don't think I do.
Masim,
okay.
Back to those councils and those arguments about the doctrines.
Yes.
Have I heard about the term miaphysitism? Diophysitism? All right. I'm gonna read. Go to Google, find out what this is.
Okay, Diophysitism.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
D-Y-O.
Okay, D-Y-O.
P-H-Y.
P-H-Y.
S-I.
Okay, Ndaibon.
All right. Let's go there and go to a site. Got questions. What are miaphysitism and diophysitism?
Okay.
Okay, Bon.
Okay, ngicela usho something ne?
Okay.
This it says, okay, ngingayifunda.
Can I read it and
Okay.
you understand why I showed
All
you
right.
first?
All right.
Right. The term miaphysitism and diophysitism are used to explain the nature of the incarnation and how Jesus should be thought of as both God and man. Diophysitism is the position that Jesus is one person of one substance, but with two different natures. One is divine, one is human. This term is from a Greek duo, meaning two, and physis, meaning nature. So he's got two natures.
All right.
Miaphysitism is the position that Jesus is one person of one substance with only one fully integrated nature that is both fully human and fully divine. The term is from Greek mia for one and physis and physis meaning nature.
Yeah.
The real difference comes down to whether Christ has two natures or one. This is the argument of...
Okay.
Right. Now, Mamelag.
Okay.
Then you have soteriology. You know soteriology?
Yes.
What is soteriology?
Study of salvation.
Of?
Salvation.
Where did it originate?
These are people who termed these things. It doesn't appear in the Bible. I'll just say it doesn't appear in the Bible.
Yes, it doesn't appear. I agree.
Yes.
It doesn't appear. Does it appear in Christianity?
Okay, in Christianity, okay. In the Bible, the word soteria appears when it speaks on salvation, but it doesn't say soteriology. But it says when you are saved.
Soteriology.
When it's
okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Is it
soteria,
in the Bible?
it's Greek and it.
Is it in the
Soteria,
Bible?
it's in the Bible.
Okay, all right.
Another word that
the
complements
ology,
it
the
is
ology.
sozo.
The word ology is the study.
Doctrine of,
No,
yes.
the study.
Yes.
Like psychology, biology. right?
Yes.
So, soteriology, is it biblical?
Okay. As a Christian, when you say biblical, you mean something different.
Okay, is it Christian?
It's Christian.
All right.
Yes.
Where did it originate?
Okay. The furthest we know concerning the study of salvation, concerning faith by salvation, the person to say, okay, when it comes from the Greek, that's the etymology, like
All
you're
right.
saying, soteria and logi.
Go to your
ology.
phone and open Google and write, who is soter?
Soter, how do you spell it?
Soter.
ER, that's it.
Yeah. And read it.
Okay, means savior or deliverer. Yes.
No. Yeah, it means Savior. Who is soter? That's the question I said you must ask.
Soter.
Yeah, who is? Now, people live.
Yeah, it says savior, just read it. Savior.
No.
Or
Who is?
deliverer.
It means, yes, funda. Read it.
Okay, means savior or deliverer, and was used as a title for gods, Hellenistic rulers, and even some Roman emperors.
Okay.
Okay. Before
Now, is soteriology Christian?
Okay, okay. Before
Okay.
it's just going to be one sentence. The word you said is dio what?
Feticism.
I don't know that term. The term I know that that I use and I'm affiliated to as a Christian that speaks of the two natures of Christ.
But now we are not speaking about you here. This is what
you understand.
Now,
I didn't look jump
this
before
was
I
the
come
argument
back to
we
that.
had no Ricky foot. Here I'm not I didn't write this on Google.
No,
so don't
and
answer me
no,
with
and
what you believe. No, let's get this out. Wait.
The word to say Jesus has two natures.
Wait. Right here, I'm not sitting here declaring my faith.
Okay.
Mamela, please. I'm not here declaring my faith. I'm not here defending my position. I'm reading things that were written by people that my ancestors did not even know. So I'm not expecting an answer that says, but I believe. You are not the standard of all knowledge. Please. Now, I'm saying read what Google says that anybody else can read. Then don't answer, but me personally, I feel. Because I cannot answer what you personally feel. I cannot debate your beliefs. I cannot debate your religions. Do you understand that? Do you understand that what is personal is personal? Soter derives from the ancient Greek epithet soterio, meaning savior,
yes.
a deliverer. A feminine form of soteria or sometimes soteria. Soter was used as a title of Greek gods. Now, the question is direct and simple. Is soteriology Christianity? Yes or no?
There's a study under Christianity. It is soteriology.
All right, but is soter Christian?
No, it's from the Greeks. Christian is not Greek.
Okay, but now you must remember that soter.
But
okay,
do you understand what I'm saying?
Wait. This is a picture of soter. Is this Jesus?
No, this is not.
All right. Soteriology is based on this man. According to Google, not Abba Ayaleu Amlak.
Something. When did that man live? When was this?
I'll tell you. That man is soter.
It says the Greek word soteria means salvation, deliverance, preservation.
True.
It can refer to physical safety, freedom from
True.
danger, or spiritual salvation.
True. Who is soter?
No, this is what I know.
No, but this is what
So
you know. I just showed you who is soter. Did I not?
No.
Did I not? I want at the end of this, he's listening to us both. I want him to go home and say, no, but Christ and my ancestors are not really fighting. They are talking about the same thing. That's my goal of this interview here now. I want us, after we shut down the cameras, when people are listening, at sitting at home and realize, oh, there's nothing wrong with me praying to God. And there's nothing wrong with me talking to my ancestors. Because you said something and I said something that made them understand that God is one.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Okay, before we go forward, on that part, I'm a person of integrity. I stand by the book. I'm saying this so that we know which we're just concluding. We're not going forward. So that you know I'm being honest with you. There are some things I would never promote. So I want you to know face value. Yes.
Like,
I won't say to
so
Christians,
that I don't entertain
"Hey,
them.
I stand and I say, no, you're supposed only to stand for God. So I cannot say, okay, and sisters. So I'm saying on that part to say, feel free to say, we're just cutting it as sakubegi, but I cannot
So
stand.
what you're saying is there is no point of unity that me and you can reach to make the people understand
unity,
that God is one
we
for
can
us
say,
all.
No, God is for us all. We can say if we are close.
But the one who ukhosi, unxiba amabhayi, unamabhidi, so he obviously believes in ancestors. But he also wants to understand God. Are you saying to him now that you will never stand and say you are welcome in God's eyes? Unje.
No, I didn't say that. God says, come as you are, but
All
you
right.
have to change
Now,
along the way.
So are you saying that to him, this young boy sitting here listening to you, he must lose his identity for him to be accommodated
What's
by
your name, my
your
brother?
God? Ukhosi.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
So
explain
he
it
must
this way.
change himself and lose himself in order to be accommodated by your God.
Let me put it this way, Khosi. Khosi, I have people at home. My mother was doing it as a man sister. I never judged my mother. I never preached to my father. Utatam namanje, wenza into as a man sister, uphethe umkhonto wakhe nje. That's the life. Yabo? That is my father. He's my father, respect him. My brothers bunjalo. Ekhaya, from my father's side, I'm the only one who's saved. In fact, it's two of us.
The only one who's saved.
Two.
And everyone else in your family is not saved.
Abba sinswang. Abba, I will never compromise in this. Ne? I will explain again.
And I'm not expecting you to. I just want to understand
So,
what you're saying.
Abba, African people, my people, they're important to my mother is my mother, never change. The word saved.
But she's not saved.
The word saved, it doesn't mean I'm special or enlightened.
Oh, okay.
The word saved is the one word in the Greek, which it means soteria, which means I am delivered
Or you
through
believe
Jesus
in the
from
man soter, not in the man.
not
Banjwa.
soteria.
But it's based
ria.
on soter.
There's ria, soteria.
Based on soter.
Soter and soteria are different. Soteria.
They are not. It's based on his name, my Lord.
Okay, ngicela ukugqibezela ipart lebenditsho.
Okay.
Khotso ne?
Khosi.
Khosi. No, I'm not against Khosi. But we can be friends. I'm not against it. All I'm saying, Abba, is there was a point in my life where I was sick. Ngifaka imvuma kufa kwanzima elifini yami. Ubundawo couldn't help me.
It was never going to help you. Ubundawo ungumbanjwa ulimpondo. It was never going to help you anyway. No, but it was never going to help you. Now you cannot blame Africa for a mistake that was made by igqirha elingayazi into eyenzayo. No.
That is an opinion.
Ubundawo ungenaphi kaka? In the first place ubufuna nebundawini ulimpondo.
Dicelo ya somewhere.
Ubufuna nebundawini ulimpondo.
Dicelo ya somewhere.
Yabona ke you are blaming now Africa ngemistake yalesa silima esithi ugobela. And tell